What's going on, everybody? Unready Future here, and welcome to the video. Today, we're going to be taking a look at one of my favorite decks to play, Gardevoir EX. Now, this list may look a little different from the Gardevoir lists that you've seen in the past, and that is because rotation has happened. So, Gardevoir has lost a lot of key pieces, and it's lost a little bit of consistency, mainly with the Refinement Kirlia, which allowed you to discard a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. So that was a big piece of Gardevoir. It also lost cards like Radiant Greninja, and so we can't really play Gardevoir the same way we used to play. So we have a 3-2-3 Gardevoir line here. We have a Rare Candy build. It's a little bit more turbo. So we have the Professor's Research to just go through the deck really quickly, see a lot of cards, try to get combo pieces together. We have the 3 Rare Candy, and we have the 4 Night Stretcher. So we can easily draw into a Rare Candy, Arven for an Ultra Ball, or vice versa, and get out our Gardevoirs. So we have the Brilliant Blender Ace spec, and that is the key difference here. So whereas the old Guardy lists used to play on Fair Stamp, cause a little bit of disruption to your opponent, we now have the Brilliant Blender, which can honestly help you get Gardevoirs out so quick. Like you can do cool plays, like you can just discard 5 Psychic Energy, or you can discard 4 Psychic Energy and a Gardevoir, and if you have Rare Candy, Night Stretcher in hand, boom, you get a Gardevoir out. And the Blender honestly allows a lot of turn 2 attacks where you you get your setup turn 1, then turn 2 you find an Arven, get out Blender, and you can get Bravery Charm, and then you ideally have a Screamtail out on the board by then, and then you're one-shotting basically anything on the bench since there's no bench barrier Pokemon. Speaking of Screamtail, we have 2 of them in this list because there's no Hisuian Heavy Ball anymore. So if we prize a Screamtail, that's a big issue because it is this deck's best attacker right now. You could say, oh, Drifloon, it does more damage. However, since there's no mana fee, we're hitting anything on the bench, which is really powerful. And that's also why we have limited Gust. We only have 1 Counter Catcher and 1 Boss's Orders in here. It's because we have that 2 Screamtail. Other notable Pokemon in here, we have the Mew EX and the Clefairy EX. The Mew EX is a little bit of draw power, and that just helps consistency in the late game if we get Iono down to a low hand. It also helps do cool plays, like we can genome hacking a Dragapult and Phantom Dive, and with the help of Lillie's Clefairy, it will hit for weakness, so you can one-shot a Dragapult with Mew EX and then spread 6 damage counters onto their side of the field, which is extremely powerful. I feel like this Lillie's Clefairy completely flips the Dragapult matchup, and it just makes Gardevoir that much better into the rest of the meta. The only downside to this deck now after rotation is, yes, the consistency is hurt a little bit by Refinement Kirlia being gone, but also it feels a lot more dependent on the 2 prizers for not only for draw but for attacking. So you have to have a Guardy EX in play at all times. You usually have a Fezandipiti EX in play, and so a lot of the times if you fall too far behind in the prize trade, they can just gust up an EX Pokemon and take 2 prizes. Whereas before you could Turo up a Gardevoir, and that'd be your only 2 prizer in play, so you leave yourself with a 1 prize board state. And there was like a lot of cool things you could do like that to where you basically can checkmate your opponent. Whereas now it's a little harder to do that. I'd like to fit a Turo in here, but honestly, we need a lot of draw supporters, and especially since stuff like Radiant Greninja is gone, and the Refinement Curlies, of course, it's just so hard to just get card draw now. So heavier supporter counts is required, I think, to be able to play Gardevoir. But yeah, the power level is still super high. It's still a great deck, and I'm excited to show you guys what it can do. Let's get it. All right, let's get it. We are facing off against, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. I'm sorry, I just don't want to butcher that. We'll go ahead and slap Munkidori in the active here. And this starting hand is looking real slick. Dragapult. Now this matchup is so much better thanks to Lillie's Clefairy, which I'm hoping we didn't prize since we have a 1 copy. So, well, Dragapult should be a lot worse now, all things considered, now that all the V Pokemon are gone. I'm okay with leaving Drifloon in the discard. And there's a Lillie's Clefairy. Is there anything else? We'll go ahead and put down Monkey. We'll burn the Poffin. Don't think we need another Ralts here. It's fine. We'll go ahead and put down Screamtail. I like that. And pass. So we can get an easy KO if they push Budew now with the energy in hand. We could actually KO the active if we put down Lillie's Clefairy, funnily enough. Hopefully they don't have the Rare Candy Dragapult in hand here, because we would not do very well with that. I'll just say that. Okay. It's cool with me. Very cool. Unfortunately, we can't Rare Candy Gardevoir, but I don't think that that was going to happen anyways. I'm wondering when I should bench the Lillie's Clefairy. I think I need to save it for when they actually have a Dragapult on board. They're going for the Dragon Head, but that's... I personally wouldn't have done that. But more power to him. I feel like taking the knockout here is just decent. I could attach Psychic, because here's what I'm thinking. I don't want to leave this in the active. I could just double Dark. I feel like that might be a little greedy. We'll go ahead and do this. I could bench this, and then Adrenal Brain to like his other one. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Or, you know what? I think I want to put pressure on the Duskull for sure. So we'll go ahead and do this, and we have free retreat. Or, I mean, we have the retreat with the energy in hand, so that's cool. We'll take our prize. Maybe this was a trap, and he just had a Fezandipiti in hand this whole time. But I'm cool with this. We can also take a KO on this Budew here, since he did that. And then he's going to have to push up Dracloak or the Duskull, and obviously it would be the Duskull over the Dracloak with this board. Maybe he has an unfair stamp. Now, does this Lillie's Clefairy... So, would that work? No, weakness isn't applied. Okay. Okay, so this is a problem. This is a problem, for sure. That's a KO. Alright. I think we'll go ahead and push Screamtail. This works. This works for me. Go ahead and do this. I kind of want to rod these back, so let's go ahead and get Monkey, the Dark, and Guardy. So I want to draw into Guardy as much as possible. We'll attach for turn. I think I want to Bravery Charm the Clefairy. Nah, it's okay. We'll live without it for now. Okay, well that was terrible. And if I had saved the Guardy in the discard, it seems like he got something good there. Then I could have Night Stretchered for it for the next turn. I guess we could Artazon and get another monkey out, maybe. we just have to pass, unfortunately. But we can get a Munkidori plus Confusion with the weakness on this guy on the next turn. Maybe he drew into the Dusknoir. That's why he gave me the thumbs up. But in order to wipe my board entirely, he would have to Dusknoir, hit Kirlia. Well, I drew him into Crystal, Munkidori. So I could take out the Kirlia now. Interesting. Okay, so he didn't have the energy, and he used Lisia's Appeal, which is from Surging Sparks, so it's not new, but it's... So if I'd Bravery Charmed that, maybe that was the move then, who knows? Go ahead and promote Monkey. Okay, we drew into the Guardy. Phenomenal. So... yeah, I think we're just one-shotting this. Do we have enough energy for it? We do after we attach Retreat. Very cool. Thanks, Clefairy. Since this guy wants to be cute with a thumbs up, I'll give him the thumbs up. So we're hitting for 380 damage, which is absolutely disgusting. We'll go ahead and take out that Duskull while we're at it. And we'll go ahead and swing on this thing for a one-hit KO. Man, that feels good. Dragapult is so oppressive in the last format, and now that we have the Clefairy, I feel like Gardevoir just destroys it. Now the unfortunate part about our board here is it's kind of clogged, so we don't have like a Fezandipiti or a Mew or something for draw. So our opponent could get away with like Iono counter catcher stalling us for a turn. But if they want to do that, I can go ahead and Munkidori 30 off, and that Buddy's a free KO. Maybe try and get something to help me off the prizes. So they have the Fez. I'm assuming they have to have something like a Blood Moon Ursaluna. I think they played this way too aggressive. They're playing this like the old Dragapult that had all the V Pokemon. Because otherwise you just wouldn't do that. And we have game with the boss on the Fez as well, so... Well, what am I talking about? We just also have Munkidori. Only way they don't lose is maybe they stall, or they push Fez and I don't get the other dark energy on the monkey and I just smack the Fez. Okay. And there's game. Good game. Give them a little thumbs up here. Good job, man. Yeah, I mean, they pretty much just didn't go for any setup there, and I punished them with the Clefairy. GG's. Alright, here we go. Our opponent is going to go first. We're facing against Psy Rhino. Alright, we got a mulligan. Ain't nothing but a thing. So, yeah. Best starter we could probably get would be Budew, maybe Munkidori. 3 mulligans, ouch. And they know what my ace spec is. Okay, Fez, that's pretty bad. It would be fine if we had, well, we have an out to energy, and we have the energy in hand, but I really don't want to burn the dark energy because this deck only runs 2. Okay, so it's the opponent's turn. Oh, and they have a Scyther, the single prizer, so that's actually pretty interesting. That will help them in terms of the prize trade, and I have to be cognizant of not benching too many ability Pokemons. Well, let's think. I think it's 70 times 5 or something. Okay, let's check our prizes. Okay. Would be nice to have the other Ralts. The Blenders there. Let's go ahead and grab these 2. And it feels kind of risky to do this, but I'm going to go for the high roll here. And just hope, well, high roll. I'm just going to hope that essentially that they don't have the knockout on the Ralts. And we'll retreat and Itchy Pollen them. So this is a pretty good start. As long as they don't Itchy Pollen of their own, we get Gardevoir out. And if they take a knockout on this Budew, we'll get Fez draw and we can get things popping. So we basically already have a KO with a Drifloon. So we Rare Candy, Gardevoir, Ultra Ball, other Gardevoir, plus our top deck for the Drifloon, smack Bravery Charm on, and we're knocking out. So it looks like they got it. Okay, looks like they're going to KO the Budew. Fine by me. That gives me Fezandipiti draw, and he doesn't have another Goldengo down on the field. So that will give me quite a bit of leverage here. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and flip the script. Not too shabby. Okay, we can go ahead and let's Buddy Poffin and get Ralts Drifloon. Beautiful. So we have a backup attacker in Ralts. Or, I'm sorry, we have a backup if Gardevoir gets knocked out. Then we want to grab Artazon here. Go ahead and use it, and we will grab Munkidori. Cool, cool. We'll go ahead and we'll Ultra Ball, and we'll get rid of these 2. And what do we want to grab? I think a Kirlia would be fine. Yeah, I think that's okay. And we'll Night Stretcher. We will grab the Darkness Energy. And, yep, Bob's your uncle. So that's a turn. I mean, that's a turn 2 knockout on the Goldengo, yeah. We have all the energy in the discard that we need. This deck feels really, really good. And yeah, I mean, that's just not just me saying that. So, okay. Like it feels really good, but it also feels really good for post-rotation, considering it lost one of the biggest and best, frankly, draw engines. So I'm going to save the 2 energy on this. So we're hitting 240. And I'm just going to go ahead and Adrenal Brain onto this. I could be more efficient with it and Adrenal Brain to something else, but just in case they have a Gust or something and want to Gust up Guardy or Monkey or something, or the Ralts, I'll have an energy in the discard, 2 energy in the discard, so I can get that manual retreat. Okay, so they promote the Scyther, which has free retreat. Makes sense to me. And they have the Munkidori, so that's good. So if I had spread that damage to something else with the Drifloon and then gone to 100 damage, then that would have actually been really bad for me. So that's cool that we didn't do that. We didn't goof. So, in terms of attacking, we should be fine. Okay, so they're hitting, it's 50 plus 1, plus 10. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they're hitting 170. Not terrible. It's not, you know, getting anywhere close to KOing my Guardy, but that's fine. So we can, it's fine that they bumped the stadium. We can bump it again with our Artazon. The problem there being that this is our last Artazon. So I think if we get Iono'd or something to like a low hand size. So what did they do here? They got 3. Oh wow, okay. So here's what we're gonna do. So that actually activates our Fezandipiti, which is great. And we top deck the research. That's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do this. I'll go ahead and Artazon and get Screamtail. And yeah, so we have 3 more Night Stretchers left, so that's good. And we should potentially get another Screamtail off the prize. I mean, we do have another Screamtail in the prizes, so. Okay, so we can Bravery Charm this. And we'll go ahead and Psychic Embrace to get the retreat. I almost don't even want to research this hand away, just because I have the boss. There's only a 1-of boss, and I think I might be ahead in prizes for the rest of this game. Although we could just get another Screamtail, which makes me think it's okay to just go ahead and research this away. Thin these cards out. That's fine. Cool. And then if they don't get rid of our hand somehow, let's go ahead and I don't know. We'll just burn the we'll burn the Nest Ball. I don't really need Mew. It's kind of a liability here because I think the Scizor could attack it. 1, 2, 3. It'd be the 4th one in play. Yeah. 2 and 10. He'd be hitting 4, and he could KO Fez with that as well. So we're going. Honestly, do I want to just hit one of these Gimme Ghouls? Well, no, because I mean, if they don't hand disrupt me, I'm Arvening. Okay, so I can do this. I can get it to 100. I'll save the 1 energy, and I'll monkey 30 off, and we'll take out Fez. And that'll be really nice to get the 2 prize KO. And yeah, we can just get a clean 2/2/2 here if they do decide to end up evolving into Goldengo, which I don't see why they wouldn't. Let's see what they do here. So what are the loose cons here? Maybe they can stall something with the energy. Iono me. If they KO this, if they KO that, they'd have to bump Artazon and Iono me to have an impact and KO Fez. I think they're just cooked. Unless there's something I'm just not thinking of here. Unfortunately for them, we are too far ahead in the prize trade. Now, if they do bump Stadium, KO Fez, and Iono me, I'd still have Screamtail. Yeah. Maybe stall on the Guardy, smack it with a single prizer. Could work, could work. I do have Earthen Vessel, I believe, in the deck with let's see, that's 5 energy, 6, 1 in the discard, and then I should have at least a Dark or another Psychic in the deck. So I can Arven for Vessel. Could get tricky if he traps his Guardia up here, but I do have the other Guardian in hand. He could just KO it. He could do that. But I mean, I'm very likely to draw into... Okay, there's the concession. GG's. Alright, here we go. Hopping into the next one against MO Cure. It feels like a lot of people want to go first. Or a lot of decks want to go first. Oh, we got a Mamoswine deck. Nice. Alright, this is a pretty nice starting hand. Not even gonna lie. If I could get a Nest Ball or a Buddy Poffin, that would make this hand even better. Okay, discarding the Pokegear. Sweet. So we'll go ahead and get Ralts. You know, we could hit this Swine up for weakness on the Budew. And why not? We're hitting for weakness and... Oh, beautiful. So we already have a Guardian there. Get those, and then... Poffins would be fine. Maybe a Kirlia. Just have both in there. Yeah. Both the evolution line. Grab Monkey Boy. Put down Scream. Retreat. Itchy Pollen. I mean, that's pretty textbook. I mean, that's quite literally all of our psychic energy in the discard pile on turn 1. So, we literally have a 30 card deck. So, Trolley Evo. Unfortunately for them, they can't use the trolley. However, they can call for family, which is nice for them. So, Knackley, Pidgey. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I know they have trolley in hand, which is funny because I can just do this. Should we just get another attacker? No, let's just burn it. Do I want to bench Fez? Yes, I do. Let's just try it. So we Iono. I'm sure they could draw into another trolley if they wanted to. Okay, cool. So Ultra Ball, get rid of a Candy and a Screamtail maybe? Kind of wish I didn't have to get rid of that Screamtail. Maybe I should have gotten rid of the Charm. I don't know, but we can go for this Pidgey. So the Knackley heals damage and it gives energy acceleration. I don't know, I just think searching for any one card is too broken. So we know it's Night Stretchers, or we know that it's trolley build, so they can't punish us here with an unfair stamp. Best I can do is Iono. That works. That's maybe why we don't bench the Fez. Yeah. Well, we can always stretch her for an energy, so have no fear. Yeah. Maybe he takes the KO. Got the weakness, too. The Mamoswine does 180 base. We're actually not going to be able to get a KO on Swinub with just the Drifloon. We'd have to, even with Munkidori, we'd have to actually get double Munkidori for that. So that is kind of unfortunate. Interesting that he calls for family for a for the liability, the Fez right there, because I could take a KO. Let's think. How do we want to do this? I think we have to go for the Fez here. Let's see, what does that put us at? Well, that would give us 1 energy. That gives 1 energy to work with. Honestly, we'll send it. They seemed like they're struggling with their setup. And funnily enough, we also have the resistance, so they can't just lunge out away on us. Okay, the dogs are barking. They have subsided. So maybe taking out the Fez was not the right idea here. But this does have the 20 damage on it, so we actually, that Budew was super relevant because we can now take it out with a Drifloon Charm. Hopefully this guy doesn't counter catcher my Guardy up, because that's the correct play. Gee, he just had 2 Rare Candy in hand like that? Sheesh. You know, a TM Devo would be absolutely devious right now. And then he's going to use the Mammoth Hauler to... Did he use it twice already? Yeah. So let's see, how did he do this? He used it to get Pidgeot. Wow, that's so busted. Oh, and the Rock Chest Plate, let's see. That's a minus 30, right? Yeah. Alright. So, with Drifloon, we're hitting, what? 240 maximum? It's unfortunate. Go ahead and Fez. So the Rock Chest Plate kind of complicates things. No, it doesn't. We just have it with the Drifloon. Right? Or am I wrong? Go ahead and get rid of these two. Why not get... let's get Ralts. Card we don't mind having at the bottom of our deck in case of an Iono. Or we could Iono them. Yeah, I don't see why not. Well, I guess it actually would give them more cards to work with, but they're going to have that Knackley. Okay, so we're hitting for 300 minus 30, 270. Is that right? Is that how that works? 30 less damage. So 270. Oh, 50 left. He can heal 30. You know what? Actually, that's a dumb idea. It's a very bad idea. We could just boss that, but I already committed the charm. I think we just have to do that. I think we have to commit, and then we can... He could Turo. But that's so much resources gone if he Turos that. We'll see what happens, I guess. Wait, couldn't we do 110? That's 330. He's 310. It's still not enough. That's unfortunate. So that's... You know, it could just boss. I feel like I was just locked into that, but we could just boss Pidgey out here and take out his his only way of getting lots of cards, or any card he wants. Yeah, that works. And then now all we have to do is Drifloon that Knackle stack, and we're vibing like really hard. I don't know why it took me so long to see that with the with the Pidgeot and the boss. I was just thinking of ways to KO that active Mamoswine. It's kind of cool how they can, like, recovery cards are basically like our Super Rod is essentially a Night Stretcher with the Mamoswine ability. It's really cool. I'd love to build Mamoswine in real life. I just need to get the cards for it. Okay, so they got the Fez, which is also another target for... Well, no. This is what we need to do. We just need to get the Gardevoir. We don't need to get crazy. They should Iono us, but maybe they didn't. Oh. Why did we Turo that? I'm very confused. And we're just gonna bench Swinubs. Okay. The only way I lose is if I don't have the two Night Stretcher, or one Night Stretcher in deck. I just need one. It's an Artazon. It's an Nest Ball and like C. Yeah, okay, we're chilling. Now I'm hoping if I just show him the Night Stretcher here, that they'll just concede, because that's game and I don't want to have to click through all the Gardevoir animations. Yeah, nice. GG's, man. GG's. Alright, here we go, boys and girls. Starting off with the Screamtail against... Ooh. Got ourselves a Satan Worshipper. Kidding. So, yeah. Let's see what we got here. It looks like Archaludon Dunsparce. Yep. There it is. Very cool. Yeah, lots of Dunsparce engines that I've been seeing, which is pretty interesting, just all things considered. Oh, part of me just so badly just wants to... You know what? We're doing it. Yeah, we got Iono in hand. We actually have the Night Stretcher too. But I think I want to do all energies in the discard. It sucks giving them the Artazon, but you know what? I don't care. I I don't care, because they'll eventually get it, and they will put down whatever they want. I lose if they bundle me, which they have the Artazon now. Let's get rid of Boss Stretcher. Cool. So we don't lose to bundle. And our deck is thin, very thin now. So we won't draw into energy that we don't need. It's also nice that we have... Okay, well there's the arches, the golden arches. But it's nice that we have a thin deck now. I was maybe hoping they could Iono me, and then I could research next turn. So they're gonna get the KO. There's I knew it. There's bundle. It would actually probably a better play for them to go ahead and knock out one of these Ralts versus the Screamtail. I didn't see if Drifloon is in the deck, but I really hope it is. And the nice thing about... Okay, they didn't bundle. That's cool. Cool with me, buddy. So the cool thing about Archaludon running the Dunsparce engine is that they don't have the jamming towers anymore, which is very cool with me. Okay, we got 2 Guardy, 3 Candy, 2 Ultra Balls, so lots of outs. We'll go ahead and place that there. Well, Iono. So that nice 8-card hand to go down to 5. And we whiffed. Well, not just yet. Not yet. Geez. I don't think the dark energy is too terribly relevant in this. Let's see. Alright, well that's something. But now we don't have the dark energy. We could Ultra Ball again. Try to go for... We could go for like a Mew play, but I think that'd be like really, really aggressive. I think we just go for another Ralts. Have the Iono for next turn. Yeah. It's unfortunate. We'll save the Rod. So they could bundle. Wouldn't do anything now that since we benched the Ralts. So that's good. Whoa. Okay, so this might be their Gardevoir counter then. This would offset the trade. For sure. That makes sense. Makes a whole lot of sense. Alright, cool. So now I think I'm okay pushing Kirlia here. Beautiful. Just what we needed. So now I think the best thing we can do is, I would say just go around this Archaludon, but I also, I don't know. I don't want to just leave this just taking constant KOs on my stuff in the active. I could hit it. I mean, he could go Relicanth. He could. That'd be 270 plus that is 310. That's actually, it's perfect. Well, it doesn't even need to be that because I'd have to Psychic Embrace, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and just burn this. We'll burn an Nest Ball. Okay, kind of sucks that we whiffed the energy. I really don't like this Archaludon and these Dunsparces. Could confuse him. Try and go for the confusion play, which would force a Turo or like a scoop up. I don't hate it. We could just go for the KO. If we go for the KO, they smack. Vengeful Punch takes KO. Guardy's down. Push Guardy, they hit it for 220, that's 50 HP. I can still retreat it. Doesn't put me in the best of places, but honestly, Vengeful Punch, that's crazy. I'd rather get the KO than not. And I think this is fine. I think we will have, I mean, we got to have more Bravery Charms than this guy has Vengeful Punches, right? And at least we have more access to them. I believe we do. We'll go ahead and we'll Nest Ball and we'll get Scream Tail down. Just as a follow-up, in case they want to bump the stadium. And swing. Oh, if it's knocked out by damage. I see. So that wouldn't even activate. I see, I see. Okay, well, so now they can bundle me and take an extra prize here. But they're out of Nest Balls, and they've used a lot of researches, so like... Did I Iono them? I did Iono them. Well, there's a bundle. You get Scream Tail. Thankful I have Rare Candy Arven. Or, yeah. So I can get into the Gardevoir so they can't bundle me again. But I am afraid of Boss also. I don't know how many Boss they run, but we are a Fezandipiti KO away, but we can Bravery Charm it. We can Charm it. And we're out of Ionos too. But it's fine. We could also just... We could KO this thing with Night Stretcher Drifloon. Yeah. Could do that. As long as he doesn't put that stupid Vengeful Punch tool back on. And this is the thing about the Dunsparce engine that I don't really like. Oh, he's going to Boss Fez. Okay, smart. So that leaves him with one prize. So all they have to do now is bundle up something or boss up something. And they can just KO with me with one energy if I go Drifloon now. Tough. It's Arven. Candy. There we go. Would it be bad for me to swing with this Guardy? I don't know. They could just also have Boss in hand, and then this is all just for nothing. So if they have Boss, they win anyways. So I think I'll just go ahead and get Fez. We actually didn't have the Bravery Charms either, which is kind of unfortunate. Well, there's Dark Energy. I feel like I haven't seen Counter Catcher at all, but I feel like Counter Catcher would be nice. So let's say, okay, so if we retreat, I don't think we want to put damage on both Guardies. Well, what'd this put me at? This would put me at 210. I heal. Heal 30. Sheesh. We gotta take 4 prizes, so it's kind of a tall order to fill. And I don't know if he has a Relicanth, but I just lose if I put the 20 on that. So I'm gonna put it on this. So it leaves me with 240. If they have it, they have it. I just don't think there's another play. I'll go ahead and burn this. And we'll swing. I mean, it's just tough that the Vengeful Punch kind of, I don't know how I could have played around that. Maybe I just smack it with Guardy earlier. Okay, scoop up Cyclone. That's tough. But all that energy went into hand. Wait. Yeah, they don't have enough energy in the discard unless they have like a... They just messed up. They can't attack. That's super funny. Well, unless they have the Relicanth. Turo. What is this guy doing? Okay. Very confusing stuff going on over here, I tell you. I truly did not expect him to do all this crazy stuff. Okay, well, what's left in deck here? What do we got to work with? Don't have the other monkey. I mean, Counter Catcher's in there, but I don't know what use that's. I don't know what that's doing for us now. I think we just want to research this hand away. I'm trying to think. We don't need these two. Yeah. Yeah, let's just go for it. Thin out the deck as much as possible. I think thinning will become a lot more important for this new meta. Okay. So we know he has Archaludon in hand. I mean, what does he have? Fez too? I don't know. Don't know. But hopefully we can get a Bravery Charm off this. Cool. So... I don't know what to do here. I mean, he's going to always have a KO as long as he has a Duraludon and an Energy, which it feels like he probably has a lot in his deck. There's Arch. Show me boss. Oh, it's such a lame way to lose. GG.